Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into one of the most heavily debated and, honestly, sometimes misunderstood topics in off-grid solar. Do MPPT charge controllers actually outperform PWM controllers when the weather refuses to cooperate? Now, if you've been designing a setup, you already know MPPT is pushed as the premium, absolute best choice. But what really happens when the sun isn't shining perfectly? It's a vital question, right? Because let's face it, real life rarely gives us those flawless textbook laboratory conditions. We've all seen those slick side-by-side battery charging demos online that show these massive MPPT gains under perfect, full sun. But they almost always miss the messy reality of actual off-grid living. Where clouds roll in unexpectedly, trees cast unpredictable shadows, and the environment is just constantly shifting around you.
So, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the real-world solar problem, look at the math behind the power, get PWM versus MPPT explained, explore what happens when shading changes everything, uncover some hidden dangers and safety risks, and finally, talk about designing a smarter array.
Okay, jumping right into Section 1, the real-world solar problem. So many of the side-by-side tests you see out there are essentially shot in lab conditions. 2 panels, unbroken sunlight, pristine environment. But they totally ignore the real-world variables that completely distort the results you'd actually see up on your own roof. We're talking about variations in wire lengths, different battery states, and, well, actually, most importantly, partial shading. If a test completely ignores partial shading, it's leaving you with a really incomplete picture.
Think about your own setup for a second. It's crazy how many everyday, normal obstacles create partial shade on an array throughout a given day. We aren't just talking about a passing thunderstorm. A nearby tree branch, the super slim shadow from a roof vent on your RV, utility poles, antennas, or even just dirt accumulating on the glass. Literally every single one of these disrupts that perfect sunlight equation.
Let's move on to Section 2, the math behind the power.
To really get this, we have to look at the physics. The core formula for electrical power is simple but absolutely crucial. Power equals voltage multiplied by current. P equals V times I. This means your panel's output is tied to both of these simultaneously. If a shadow drops the current, your total power plummets right along with it. They are inextricably linked.
So, your charge controller's main gig is converting that raw panel power into usable battery charging current. If we flip that formula around, current equals power divided by voltage, the big takeaway here, as the power you extract from the solar panel goes up, the charging current actually making it into your battery goes up. That is the ultimate goal. And why does all this math actually matter to us? It comes down to energy harvest, which is just power multiplied by time. Now, a couple of watts of difference might seem totally trivial in a quick 10-second test, but multiply that over 8 hours of a sunlit day, week after week, month after month, those tiny, incremental differences in power extraction become massively significant to your overall off-grid energy harvest.
All right, Section 3, PWM versus MPPT explained.
The contrast between these two is pretty stark. A PWM, or pulse width modulation controller, is simple, it's affordable, and it essentially just forces the panel to operate close to the battery's voltage. It's kind of a dumb method. It doesn't search for better conditions. An MPPT, or maximum power point tracking controller, on the other hand, is a smart, highly active system. It continuously hunts for the exact sweet spot where voltage and current multiply to give you the highest possible number.
Let's actually peek under the hood at the MPPT's internal thought process, which repeats continuously, over and over. Step 1, it measures the panel voltage. Step 2, it measures the panel current. Step 3, it calculates total power, using that P equals V times I formula we just talked about. And Step 4, it actively adjusts the operating point to maximize that number. As the sunlight fluctuates, it adapts in real time. It's constantly working.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, when shading changes everything.
Here's the thing. Shade is not just a simple dimmer switch for your solar panels. When a shadow falls, the panel's entire electrical identity shifts. Current drops, total power drops, and crucially, the panel's maximum power point physically relocates to an entirely different voltage and current combination on the curve.
And this dynamic shift brilliantly illustrates exactly why MPPT pulls ahead in the real world. A PWM controller is locked into the battery voltage. It has absolutely no idea that the maximum power point just moved, which leaves precious energy on the table.
The MPPT controller, however, notices the shift instantly. It calculates the new reality caused by that passing cloud or branch and adjusts on the fly.
To make things even more interesting, modern panels use bypass diodes. These cleverly route current around shaded areas to keep the power flowing. While that's super helpful, it causes the array's voltage to drop rapidly and unpredictably. Because the electrical landscape becomes kind of a chaotic roller coaster during partial shade, an MPPT controller is just far better equipped to navigate it than a static PWM.
Now, we really need to talk about Section 5, hidden dangers and safety risks. Electricity is invisible, and it doesn't care if you're just running a quick, casual test. When folks reconfigure arrays to test these setups out, serious safety risks pop up fast. We are talking localized hotspots, blowing past the controller's voltage limits, or using unsafe measuring techniques. Simply crossing the wrong wires doesn't just ruin your afternoon test, it can destroy expensive equipment instantly, or worse, cause severe injury.
Here is a massive hidden danger that catches so many experienced people off guard, exceeding your controller's open circuit voltage, or VOC rating. Check this out. Cold weather actively increases a solar panel's voltage. If you string a bunch of panels in series for an MPPT without mathematically calculating for that voltage spike on a freezing winter morning, it is a guaranteed recipe for a totally fried controller. No joke.
And going back to shade for a second, a heavily shaded cell doesn't just stop producing power. It can actually act as a resistor, absorbing power from the rest of the panel and turning it into raw heat. Something as seemingly innocent as a fallen leaf or an ill-timed bird dropping can create a highly concentrated hotspot. Left unchecked, this can literally cook the solar cells from the inside out, permanently ruining your expensive panels.
Let's wrap things up with Section 6, designing a smarter array.
Upgrading your hardware is great, but system design? That is where the real magic happens. Consider this your physical design checklist. You need to actively evaluate seasonal sun angles. Where exactly is the sun in December versus June? You have to anticipate the growth of nearby trees, look out for future building construction, and carefully map out your specific roof obstructions. Strategic placement is absolutely vital. Which brings us to the ultimate takeaway of this whole explainer. The absolute best, most expensive MPPT controller in the world cannot recover power that never reaches the solar panel in the first place. Yes, MPPT reacts significantly better to shade, but a thoughtfully positioned array with minimized shading will almost always deliver larger, much more consistent power gains than simply throwing money at an expensive controller to try and fix a bad location. So I want to leave you with this question to chew on regarding your own personal system. Have you ever run a true real-world test with both controllers on the exact same array? What did you actually observe on the meters when the clouds rolled in? Understanding this underlying electrical behavior is the master key to unlocking true off-grid efficiency. Take a hard look at your own setup, map your shade, and see what you discover out there.